Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Today's edition is the WWE Summerslam 2014 preview. Obviously, the pay-per-view is a week from yesterday. You can see it live on the WWE Network. It only costs you $9.99 a month for a 6-month subscription to the network, so you can get all the programming, all the pay-per-views. Damn, now I sound like Triple H. But there is one thing that I read online that Tripp didn't talk about. You can sign up for the network for $20, get the pay-per-view, and then cancel it. It's only a month subscription for $20 instead of the 6-month for $9.99. So if you're wanting this pay-per-view for some odd reason, yeah, it might be worth $20, I don't know. Sign up for it, get the network, cancel after a month. And then maybe, if you like what you've seen, you can get it again. Obviously, WWE is losing money right now on the network. There's only 700,000 or so subscribers. They need like 1.2 million in order to make money. As everybody's seen here recently, because of the cost cutting, Alberto Del Rio was fired. Supposedly he slapped somebody backstage that do the social media. Obviously, if you keep the Great Khali and Brock Lesnar and Ryback and this garbage on your roster, and you fire Del Rio for slapping the social media girl, but yet John Cena in St. Louis several years ago got into it with some fans backstage, and Randy supposedly called some girl a Miss Piggy. So I guess it depends on where WWE sees your career in order how severe the punishment is. If you're a John Cena or a Randy Orton, shouldn't have done that, boys. But if you're Alberto Del Rio, you're fired. Whatever. Del Rio in this card, you put Del Rio in, 2 or 3 of these matches, it would make it a whole hell of a lot better than it is. Well, let's get started on this third biggest pay-per-view of the year, SummerSlam. First match, we have a flag match. We have Jack Swagger, We the People, versus Rusev in a flag match. This is one of those Vince Russo specials. The Vince Russo who, puts everything on a pole. Flag match, a midget masturbating in a trash can. Yeah. I don't know, Rusev needs to go away. I think Swagger will win this because he's an American. Obviously Rusev is representing Russia and he's not from Russia. How does that work? Does that mean Swagger can represent Mexico since he's not from Mexico? I don't know. Second match on the card will actually be pretty good, hopefully. We have Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Obviously, a lot of what Bray Wyatt's doing now is kind of telling these stories in the promos and in the ring, and just the vibe you get off of him is just amazing right now. When he first came in, I was real like, ugh, what the hell is this? But the more I watch these matches, the more I see him in there with, the John Cena at WrestleMania and, Chris Jericho. And it's like, okay, he's telling a story and he's just, he's that good. I mean, just the promos so far, even with Jericho and Bray Wyatt, both of them, Jericho can tell stories and do what he's done. And, he comes back just to work with a guy like this. That is amazing. Obviously, the Wyatt family has been banned from ringside. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. I look at Jericho winning this. I look at them doing something at Night of Champions with them too, and maybe carrying on kind of a final at Hell in a Cell and doing something. But we can only hope that a feud like this will carry on and have some stuff with it. Jericho winning. We have the IC title, Intercontinental title on the line. We have champion The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. I mean, if you look at Dolph Ziggler's career, basically WWE has taken his career, put it in the toilet, and flushed. I mean, here he, won the Money in the Bank, was a world champion, and now he's in an IC title match. Kind of like The Miz, The Miz main event at WrestleMania, and look where he's at. The difference between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler is Dolph Ziggler can wrestle. He's an okay talker. He's got some charisma, but at least he can wrestle and The Miz can't. I actually have The Miz retained it in here. I look at them hopefully carrying this feud on a little bit and doing something, a little more, maybe a submission match or something, some stipulation on it at Night of Champions, and then carrying it on maybe. We have a lumberjack match: Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. As everybody seen on Raw last week, Dean Ambrose got to pick the stipulation for the match, and he wants a lumberjack match because everybody at the Shield is pissed off will be at ringside. So how's this going to work against Seth Rollins? It's going to work against Dean Ambrose. What they really should have done with this is done like a no holds barred or a false count anywhere, and then led up to like a Hell in a Cell and end it that way or something. I like what they're doing with this. They're kind of getting you to forget about the Money in the Bank briefcase, except for the fact that Dean Ambrose keeps bringing it up and Rollins keeps bringing it out. I was just hoping to God that Ambrose then say, I want the Money in the Bank case on this match, which he didn't, thank God. But I actually see Dean Ambrose winning this, and I don't know if they're going to carry on this feud, or if they're going to let Rollins cash that briefcase in and do something with the title. Obviously, when we get to the world title match, there's so much up in the air with that right now that it's not even, wow, it's going to be a crazy mess the next few months. Next match, we have Brie Bella returning versus Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon's first time in the ring in 10 years. Obviously, just like her dad Vince and, like Tripp, they stay in shape. They're in ring shape. She's just, got to do a few more exercises and she'd be good to go. She is McMahon and all. I don't know, this match has been talked about for several months now, since Brie Bella got fired. I don't know how good or bad it's going to be. I think it's going to be mediocre. I see Brie Bella winning. My guess is Nikki comes out and helps Brie win, and Brie beats the Authority. Next, we have the Authority member Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Again, this match has been talked about for a while now. Initially, this is supposed to have been Tripp and Roman Reigns, but they're pushing that back for some reason. My guess is Survivor Series, which is coming to you live from St. Louis. Hopefully, I'll be there. So I have Randy Orton actually winning this. Kane will probably come out and do something. We have the Diva title on the line. We have champion AJ Lee versus Paige. This has actually been very intriguing lately, how they've been going since WrestleMania back and forth with these two. I'm actually looking at Paige once again taking the title from AJ and just keep carrying this on. Besides Natalya, there really isn't too many other divas that can actually wrestle. The bells are there, so maybe Natalya can get in this and do something, but at least right now AJ Lee and Paige can actually wrestle, and they're actually doing a really good job with this. The main event, WWE World Heavyweight title on the line. We have champion John Cena versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Yeah. All the reports are saying that Lesnar's supposed to win this. Unfortunately, Lesnar's contract is an appearance-based contract. His next two appearances are Monday night after SummerSlam, and then the Monday after Night of Champions, which really sucks for your world champion. And I think his next appearance after that is WrestleMania. So, will we really go from SummerSlam to WrestleMania without a world champion on TV? It's not unheard of, unfortunately. It looks like it's going to happen that way because everything is lined up. All the rumors, everything is saying that Lesnar wins this, he takes the titles and goes away, and comes back at WrestleMania versus Roman Reigns. Do I want to see that? Oh fuck no. I've seen other reports where he's talking about going back to UFC. I guess during his UFC career, according to Paul Heyman, Lesnar was only at 50%. That's why he wasn't good, but he's healthy now. And he's going to go back to the UFC and be a UFC champion. Then why the hell is he in the ring? Are they going to let John Cena keep holding on these titles? What are they going to do? I say Lesnar wins this, like everything's been saying he's going to. Tomorrow night on Raw, he'll come out, I'm world champion. I'm gonna win. I beat the Undertaker. I mean, that's only claim he has. He beat the Undertaker. But you know what? WWE is all storyline based. All his wins were scripted. None of his wins are official, like he beat the crap out of him and, oh my god, he won? Wow. No, it's all storyline based. Wins and losses are storyline based. So far, there's only 2 people that have a winning record against Brock Lesnar. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam. John Cena is 1-1. So guess what? Lesnar beats Cena. Lesnar's 2-1. He has a winning record against Cena. Probably what'll happen, he'll come out tomorrow night and say, I'm world champion, you're world champion, you'll see me night after night of champions, and he'll leave. An idea I came up with is just like they did 20 years ago for the Intercontinental title. If you remember WrestleMania 10, the ladder match, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels, there were 2 Intercontinental champions and they unified them. What I can see WWE doing is, since they do have a new WWE World Title belt out, I've seen it online, let's have Lesnar win, he goes away with the 2 belts. The Monday, not next Monday, but the Monday after that, Triple H comes out and says there's a tournament for the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Lesnar wants those belts, he can have them. They have a tournament, they crown a new champion, and then they crown the new champion at Night of Champions. You have the 2 semifinals of the tournament and then the finals. Typically there's 7, 8 matches on the pay-per-view, there's 5 titles. So you add the 2 semifinal matches, that's 7 matches for Night of Champions. You have a champion, either be like Randy versus Roman Reigns or something like that. And then Roman Reigns is champion, and then the night after Night of Champions, Lesnar comes back and says, I'm the true champion, and Reigns says, no, I'm the true champion. And then they set up WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the true WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know, it's an idea. Maybe Cena just wins this, Lesnar goes away, and all that blows to hell, and whatever, or maybe Lesnar wins tomorrow and comes out tomorrow night, and Seth Rollins cashes in, and we have Seth Rollins versus John Cena, and then come WrestleMania, Lesnar's pissed off, so he takes his ball and goes home, and we have Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. I like that one. I don't know. All these rumors come out and just the stuff that if you're a wrestling fan, you're like, what if? Oh, I'd be going crazy. WrestleMania 31 main event was Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins. Anybody that's ever seen Ring of Honor would be going crazy. Will it happen? Who knows? Will Daniel Bryan come back someday? Hopefully. Roman Reigns is on deck to be the next John Cena. There was talk of turning John Cena heel because of the villain movie he's doing. Who the hell knows what WWE's going to do? They leak all this little shit out, and then they get mad when nobody's buying the pay-per-views because we already know Lesnar's going to win. Well, stay tuned for a review the day after pay-per-view, and you can check Pro Wrestling Pulse. And you'll see me on there for the review right after the pay-per-view. Welcome back, Quaddy and J-Man, and me back on the Pro Wrestling Pulse immediately following the pay-per-view. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.